I thought being a mechanic was going to be pretty straightforward, fix cars, learn as you go, but I wasn't ready for the mistakes that cost me time, money, and most importantly, my confidence. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my biggest slip-ups and lessons learned that new mechanics need to hear. Let's get into it. Sure, list of mistakes isn't in any particular order. I'm just kind of going and shooting them at you. Hopefully you guys learned something. Mistake number 1, misdiagnosing. The rattle that taught me a lesson. So when I was at the Firestone Complete Auto Care, a customer came in with a noise complaint when they were driving. I don't know why, don't ask me how or what, but I decided, okay, this is going to be a brake noise or something. So skipped the test drive, pulled the car in, put it on the rack, took all 4 wheels off and found nothing wrong. Suspension was fine. Brakes were fine. Nothing was hanging, dangling. Nothing was loose. Nothing was broken. So scratching my head and out of options, I thought, F it. Let's put all the wheels back on, take it off the rack, and take it around the block for a spin. Immediately on that test drive, I found the noise coming from the front right tire. Turns out the customer went somewhere else, got the tires mounted, and the TPMS sensor was broken. So all that rattling and that noise coming was actually from the TPMS sensor rolling around inside the tire. I learned 2 lessons that day. 1, ask the customer detailed questions. If I had asked more questions, when it happened, where they thought the noise was coming from, I might have been able to pinpoint the problem just a little bit sooner. And 2, always start with a test drive. Cars have a weird way of telling you what's wrong with them if, big if, you're willing to listen to them. Now, every time a customer comes in with a complaint, oh, I hear this, I hear that, I don't automatically assume, oh, I think it's going to be this. I just say, all right, cool. Let's go for a test drive. Let's try and figure this out. Moving on, mistake number 2, buying tools that I didn't need. When I was finishing school, I bought myself a student toolkit from Matco. The perfect solution, a set with all-in-one, everything I needed. Or so I thought. I quickly found out that I hadn't done enough research. Now, some tools in the kit were essential, like my sockets, my wrenches, ratchets, hell, even my impact gun, but others I really didn't use. And till this day, I still haven't used them. If I would have just taken the time, done a little bit more research, found out what an entry-level technician was actually going to be doing, I could have saved so much time and so much money buying tools that I didn't need. Looking back, this toolkit was a great place to start. But if I had to do it all over again, I would choose every single tool individually, one by one, for my specific needs so that I'm not wasting money on tools that I'm still probably never going to use. Lesson learned. Do your homework before investing in tools and don't let a shiny all-in-one toolkit tempt you. All right, mistake number 3. The day I forgot to torque down the wheels. Stay with me. It was a crazy Saturday at the Firestone Complete Auto Care. It was actually one of their epic sale events, which means there's big discounts on tires and other services. So your boy was working on a Toyota 4Runner. I was doing an oil change and installing brand new set of 4 tires. Day was coming to an end. I was tired, ready to go home. And at Firestone, every wheel that we remove must be put back and torqued to the proper spec. And to make sure that happens, we have something called a double check, where another technician would come and double check our torque. Again, your boy was dead tired. Customer came to pick up the 4Runner. They took it home. As soon as they got back, hey, my wheels are about to fall off. Thankfully, they lived up the street, hadn't driven far, and nobody was hurt. So we got the truck back in the shop, put it back together properly. Thank God. The customer was very understanding. But I knew that I had made a very costly and very dangerous mistake. But then I learned a really hard lesson. You're not just working on cars. You're also responsible for people's lives. It doesn't matter if you're tired or busy. Slow down, double check your work, get it done right the first time. The consequences of rushing are too catastrophic. Listen, I've made my fair share of mistakes as a new mechanic. Some small, some big, but every single one has taught me something valuable. Honestly, it doesn't even matter how skilled you are, how long you've been in the field. Mistakes are going to happen, and it's all part of the learning process. What really matters is how you handle those mistakes. Own up to them. Learn from them. Make sure they don't happen again. And that's what turns a good mechanic into a great mechanic. So if you're just starting out or you're even a seasoned pro, remember this. Nobody's perfect, but we can always get better. So if you like this video or learned something from my F-ups, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, from your personal experiences. what mess ups have taught you the most? Comment them down below and let's learn together.